Welcome to Booze and Glues, a justifiable excuse for two friends to spend time together, cross crafts off their to-do list, and, of course, drink. With glue guns and wine glasses at the ready, join Jessie Shepherd and Tabitha Davis as they attempt to simultaneously chat, craft, chug and charm. Will they consume alcohol? Definitely. Will they actually accomplish anything? Debatably. Will they bitch and complain? Inevitably. Will it be a bloody good time? Absolutely. And if things don't turn out just as planned, well, that's okay too. Because booze!
Hey,
Hello.
welcome back. I'm Tab.
I'm Jessie.
That's Brad.
Hello.
Brad and I are snow bunnies.
Yeah, we're cozying up tonight with some... I have a sweatshirt on. Does that count? I also have two dogs on my lap. They're keeping me warm.
Tab got a new dog.
I know. He's such a cutie. He's an old man.
He is old,
I'll post a picture of him.
His tongue is out.
This one or this one?
Poachy.
Bochi's tongue's always out because he doesn't have any teeth to keep his tongue in his mouth. Like, that's literally what's happening. It's just slopping through. But it's very endearing. Yes. So, since I'm allergic to cats, I'm just going to collect cat-sized dogs. Tiny dogs. I'll have 40 of them. And...
Your landlord's going to appreciate that.
I don't want 40 of them. I was
You don't
thinking
have a big enough lap.
cat lady status. Like, usually just gets totally wild, out of control. I also don't have to worry about them, like, breeding. So that's, I think, part of the problem usually with, like, cat ladies is that there's just,
It's
like...
hard to keep cats not having babies.
Yeah.
We experienced that at my
I've
house.
got two dudes, and also they're neutered. So we should be good.
If they get somebody else pregnant, it's their business.
How would they get someone pregnant?
Well, that's true.
They don't have any testicles.
Plus, same. If you have dogs that are male, they can run around and do whatever they want. Not your problem.
I know. Well, it's like having boys instead of girls.
That's a little different.
It's a little different. Yeah, for sure. Yes. Well, apparently I'm not going to be moving and doing anything.
I don't think so.
They don't want to leave the room or my lap, so the crafting might be held to a minimum. But Jessie's got cards,
Well, yeah,
Christmas
but I
cards to
started spraying that
finish.
glue and it was
Getting
getting
hot.
a little crazy in here, so...
I mean, I have like other paper glues and stuff, but I don't think I have any like
Sorry, I
glue
can do
stick glues.
it. I can do it later, Gator.
We could put the air purifier in here.
Did you guys get one for the smoke?
I got two.
Oh my gosh.
I got a big one for like the living room and then a smaller one, which I had in the boys' room while they were down. And then I'm going to put in my room, which I needed to get one for my room anyways, just because allergies and stuff.
Yeah.
It like makes life so much better. So I feel like the air inside has been pretty clean. It was definitely like noticeable. Like if you like went and took a shower or something and then walked out in the living room when the smoke was really bad, like
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I could smell smoke in the house, you know? So that's not good.
No.
And since we got those, I haven't been able to. I mean, granted, the smoke, now that we've got some rain and stuff, is pretty much dissipated. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I know the air quality was like at 19 or something the last time I checked. So
Yeah.
we're doing good.
Great.
It's not at 750 or whatever
Yeah.
the freaking crap it was at one day.
It was so scary.
Well, now that the air's better, the water's now rising, and
Yeah.
Flooding everything. Yeah, it's pretty sketchy. So, I mean, it's just the arbitrariness of like everything, you know? Like one of the gals that I know that lost their house in the fire was the first day it rained, like was just so upset the whole day. Like, and you know, she's just like, why couldn't it have rained 2 weeks ago? Like, you know, and you do like think about it and you're like, what? There's just no rhyme or reason to it. Yeah. And now we're getting lots and lots and lots of rain, which is
I
causing
told somebody today, I'm like, I
some
think
issues.
these people prayed a little too hard.
for rain.
Courtney was like, somebody's got to stop their rain dances. Today was wild.
Yeah. It was pretty intense.
Overnight was so. Did you like wake up at all last night?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Hear how
It was just pouring.
like
Mm-hmm.
pouring, and then all day today. I was just like, oh my gosh.
Well, and then I had to send one of the gals from work home again today because her area was being evacuated for floods.
Yeah,
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
I think like the whole town of Durham was.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They said it was becoming an island.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Yeah. Well, and they closed Highway 99 because there was water going across the road. And, I mean, some of the pictures, there's pretty good torrents going.
Estates Drive, which isn't that far out of town. Somebody had to leave their SUV. It was like up to the door handles.
Oh, I saw that.
The water was.
Oh my gosh, that's so scary. I know, it's not worth it. Like, just don't try to drive through it. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told Trevor we should probably get our kayaks and just kind of go down 99, just
Chill.
paddling.
What's up, guys? Well, yeah, I mean, one of the little news stories is like, all these people were stranded and they're like, rescue personnel are waiting for boats to arrive to pick them up. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, literally weeks ago, like 3
We were
weeks
on
ago,
fire.
everything was on fire. Yeah. And now we're doing
we're
this.
drowning.
It's just nuts. It's been quite the November.
Oh, gosh. It all did happen in November.
Mm-hmm.
November 8th. It's the start of something new.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's hard to like get into like the Christmas spirit and all the stuff and everything when like every time I start to be like, okay, things are okay and I'm happy, I'm like, why do you get to be happy? Like it's hard to deal with that. And I mean, it's hard on all the people who, are actually lost their homes and family members and all this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
that's, they're dealing with all that too. But yeah, I have a little bit of like guilt.
Yeah. It's definitely survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
We talk about it a lot at work. Because even like the girl at our work that lives in Concow, that she's the one like her fire was in the front yard.
Yeah.
Her house didn't burn down.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm feeling almost worse. I
Yeah.
feel like. Because she has lost her house before, so she knows what it's like to lose her house. And she's like, honestly, this might be worse.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, the people I've talked to about it, whose houses did burn, have said, like, I'm glad it burned and didn't, like, stay because they are, able to get resources and stuff, and that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get. And then they don't have to go back and deal with, like, all the smoke damage, water damage, all these other things, minus the fact that especially, like, in Paradise, like 90% of the town is gone. So, I mean, even if you go back up there and some people are rebuilding or whatever, it's like going to be starting from square one.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, oh, enough people moved here now, we'll open a post office. Enough people moved here now, we'll open
I think the post office actually didn't burn down.
No, I don't think it did either. But
well, and I was talking to somebody today that lived up there, one of our foster parents, and she said that their plan for the schools is to have them back up and running by the 1920 school year. So fall.
Right.
Kids could go back to school there. And I'm like, nobody's going to have houses there. Like,
right.
You might be able to put up a school that fast, but no, you can't put up a whole town of families that fast. And she said, yeah, their plan is they applied for a grant to get a bunch of buses to bus kids up and down the hill every day.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so
what?
It's pretty intense.
My friend whose son was in school up there when the fire started, she was working down here, Her husband works down here in Chico. And so, they had to get to him,
Right.
which was a horrible disaster. But they got him out. Okay. But when she started getting worried because they hadn't gotten any phone calls. She didn't know what was happening. We started hearing these sections are being evacuated and all this stuff. And so she called the school that morning and said hey, what's going on? What's your game plan? And they're like, well, we're just calling parents to come pick up their kids right now, which was all fine and great if you were in town,
Right.
in the town of Paradise. But for anyone who was coming from Chico, the Skyway was already closed, so you
Right.
couldn't go pick them up. And so she's like, well, I'm going to send my stepmom to come pick them up. And so we're like, what is your plan to evacuate the kids? And they're like, oh, well, we're not under evacuation.
Nobody was freaking. I mean, it happened so fast. Nobody knew, I think, to freak.
Yeah. They're just like, well, the school's closed, but we're just in the gym and we're having parents pick their kids up. I'm like, okay. So if you have to evacuate, what is the plan? Well, we'll probably go to she said some church, whatever. That church was in the area that was already being evacuated. So we're like, that place is already being evacuated. What is your next place that you're going to take them? Well, we don't really know. I'm like, you don't know where you're going to take these children? Are you kidding me? Do you have buses? Do you have and they're like, well, we're not under evacuation right now. That was her answer. Well, that's not a problem because we're not under evacuation. 20 minutes later, they were shoving kids in every random stranger's car they could.
No car seats, no
seat belts, and just busing, trying to get them down the hill. It's just insane.
Yeah.
But so she's like, I don't care. Even if we go back up there and rebuild and whatever, she's like, my kid will never be in that school system again. She's like, I will never trust them with my child.
Yeah.
She's starting him in school in Chico, and she's like, he'll continue going to school down here. I work down here. He's going to school right around the corner from where we work.
Yeah.
And she's just like, that's just going to be the way it is, which I totally get. I don't know
Especially
how
since
they're going to do that.
Everybody you talk to is like, oh, we knew this was going to happen someday. We were all afraid of this, blah, blah, blah.
But they
then
weren't
why the
prepared for
actual
it.
fuck did nobody think about what they were going to do when this happened?
Well, and the crazy thing is at one point they had voted in, something had been voted in to widen the Skyway and make extra lanes and all this stuff for emergency vehicles and all this stuff. And then the city council reversed it a couple years ago. Just no, we don't need to do that. Which is that would have been super helpful.
There's 1.5 ways out of that town.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, and so I heard today that the hospital is closing. They saved a lot of it. Some of just the outer buildings burnt, but they said that it's not feasible for them to continue to have a staff and everything up there because there's not going to be enough people there to sustain it.
Where are people going to have babies? I don't think Enloe.
They still have.
But I don't, how can they have that many more babies?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be more than double the... Feather River had so many babies.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was their, thing. Yeah.
I know tons of people that,
there's literally
up to Paradise to have a
not
baby.
going to be room in the Enloe maternity ward
Yeah.
for the number of babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Home birth will just
Yeah, I was just
skyrocket.
going to say, get one of those blow-up pools, put in your living
Lady that I
room.
follow on Instagram, she's like a power lifter, extra. She does really, she did a bunch of steroids
You mean
and stuff for a while.
she's extra.
Oh, she's extra.
Okay.
But she does the kind of powerlifting that's not just how much weight can you lift. It's I'm gonna wear these really tight suits that help you stand up. So she's literally doing this really insane amounts of weight. And her voice is all screwed up because she's done so many steroids and all this crap.
Wow.
But so she got pregnant and she did free birth. Didn't even realize this was really a thing, but didn't go see a doctor once during
Yeah.
her entire pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
Just trusted her body, which I kind of get.
I
get
kind
the
of get that
idea of
also, except for prenatal health care, you can prevent so many problems by knowing about something ahead of time, taking the right vitamins, like so many things can be done
I mean,
to
she
protect the health of your.
she like knows a lot about health and stuff, and I think she read and did a lot of studying and stuff. So like, I don't think she just didn't see a doctor and also like wasn't
just-
taking
yeah.
anything and like just hoping for the best. Like I think she was like really thought about it.
right.
I don't think a lot of people could do that because she's like just knowledgeable about the human body in general.
Right.
But that's just scary to me.
Yeah, it seems I mean, I get it's basically like, rules of the wild, like whatever happens happens kind of thing. And I mean, I can understand that. But at some level that's like ranging into neglect, I mean, it seems a little, I don't know,
And
a
then
little
just,
too
like,
far.
Just like weird stuff. Like she posted a picture like after she was born, and they're like laying in the bed, and then they got just the bowl of her placenta, and they still have like the umbilical cord like in this like bowl of placenta that they're just gonna like leave there for a while,
Okay.
and then they're gonna like freeze it, and she's gonna eat the placenta
Okay.
like, over the next year.
I don't know that that's necessary, but
How did I start that? Where did we? Oh, babies. We were talking about having babies.
so my idea of free birth is you just like whenever you go into labor, you just have your baby like there. That's what I thought you were gonna go to.
No,
It was
she
like
full blown.
Mm.
It was free.
gotcha. I'm like,
Looks like a
you're just
healthy
walking
baby.
through Costco, going to labor. It's gonna be a Costco baby. This is free birth.
Yeah,
Get
and
away from me! I'm having my baby.
she like got into so many arguments on Instagram with people, that were like
Why?
not agreeing. Like,
But
with what she was
why?
doing. I know.
Arguing over the internet is like the most pointless thing in the
I know.
world.
Well, so many people, because like she was. Well, so she must have gone to the doctor at the beginning because she had like a due date.
I mean, you could guesstimate your due
guess
date
that's true.
based on
So she said,
cycles.
yeah. So she was technically like 41 or like almost 42 weeks. And like everybody was like posting on her thing, like you need to like start doing something to make it happen, like blah blah blah, like.
Well, but based on probably her guesstimation. Also, the 40 weeks thing, like everyone like gestates at
It's
different
not going to
times.
be to the freaking day.
Yeah.
I
I mean, I've known people who it's like they had every single one of their babies 3 weeks early, or
well, yeah, she like
people would go late all the time, and even for the same person having different time ranges.
yeah, she just like so many people were like, you're gonna blah,
Freaking
blah,
out.
blah, blah. And then she's like, dude, I've been trusting my baby, blah blah. He knows when he's, or she knows when she's ready. I don't remember what it is, but
Well, did she know beforehand?
I don't know.
Because
I think she just said my baby. I don't think she knew.
Because I'm like, should you have got ultrasounds?
Yeah,
Probably not.
it was very strange. I was just like,
I'm trusting my baby. Babies are very intelligent. We need to trust them more.
I'm like, I can understand you trusting your body.
They
but
make
I don't think it's
good
the baby that's
choices.
deciding. I think your body's deciding that baby's coming out.
Yeah, when baby just
I
like
don't think baby's like,
yanks on
I'm
the
out of here.
umbilical cord a couple times, like tug.
Pulling that ripcord. Here
Pretty
we go.
sure if the baby
Time
really
to
had a
go.
choice and if they were that smart, they'd stay their butt
Yeah,
in there.
right. Seriously,
Sounds like a great thing to me.
food's coming. It's warm. It's cozy.
I wouldn't like being wet.
But
All
you
the
wouldn't
time?
know any different.
That's true.
So being wet would be fine. But if you're
5
like
years
wet,
old and in there.
if you're wet in like the perfect temperature water, though, it feels like nothing's touching you.
That's true. Again.
You know,
It's the same temperature as your body.
right? So we need to all get like sensory deprivation tanks. Because that's basically what we're describing.
Mm-hmm.
I think I read some Stephen King book that had sensory deprivation takes in it when I was a kid, and I was like, I need to get one of these things. It sounds amazing.
Have you ever done a float?
Like just
So like saltwater float?
float?
Yeah, it's like a massage
Yeah.
technique thing. Like, they make a saltwater bath, and it's got so much salt in it that you literally just sit on top
Like
of the
the
water.
Dead Sea.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and you just float there for an hour.
I have not done that. Where is this place?
I think there's one on like 8th or 9th up by the freeway before they turn into 32. I
Interesting.
mean, I guess technically they're always 32, but they're always also 8
But they
and
split. Yeah, it's not like super sketchy. I feel like there's like the buildings around there are not.
Yeah, there's like that gas station right there with like
Neighborhoods
El
or-
Gordo burrito or something in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like right down the street, but it's a brand new building. It actually looks really nice. But
And you just.
I have no desire to be in a dark tank floating for an hour
with just no
with
sound
just my thoughts.
and nobody. You can't do anything. Nobody can ask you a fucking question.
That sounds nice, but I just would like sit. I can't like lay out in the sun and like tan. I've never been able. I've tried reading.
Oh
I
yeah,
just
I
get,
can only
like-
do it if I'm reading or something.
I'm like,
I gotta do something. But if you were literally like, I can't do anything, I think I could get on board with that. I could force myself into some form of relax. Maybe not. My like doctor started telling me like, you need to take a bath or something and find some way to relax yourself.
yeah.
And so I like started doing that. But like, I can't just sit in a bath. I have to like be watching something or reading something, or sometimes I'm like, I'll just eat my dinner in a bath. Like, I mean, if I'm
That's
just,
so relaxing. I mean, even if you're
Yeah.
like watching some videos or listening
but I
to a
still
podcast or whatever.
can't just sit there with my thoughts. If I can't sit in my own freaking bathtub with my own thoughts for 5 minutes, how am I going to sit in a thing full of salt water? You're right. Can I
use
have
your
headphones?
Imagination.
Yeah, Courtney just said he's like, I think about the weirdest things in there. Or like stuff will come to me, and I'm like, this does not sound fun to me at all.
Dude, maybe we can like crack some cool
It might be fun
world
to just like.
problems.
I just want to try to lay there, see what it's like to float and not sink. You know,
Right.
without like holding my like trying to float.
Right.
But
That, like, the novelty
be
of
like,
that would wear off in 2
bitchin'.
minutes.
yeah,
It'd be like, cool, it
that
does
was
work.
fun.
Next.
What else can I do?
You start grabbing things. Will this float? Will that float? I don't know.
Oopsie doopsies.
I think I could do it. Jesse's spilling a little bit of stuff on herself.
Drunk.
Or not. My dogs are running out of lap space, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like Bochi's never really been able to get comfortable.
I know. He was kind of hanging out the back of the chair a little bit. And poor little guy.
Looking at Jesse's lap, I'm like, that thing looks free.
No, he does. I don't think he'd ever think that.
You kids go snuggle Jessie. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to look into this a little more. Because if I could take headphones,
Yeah, that I don't know.
I
your
would be
head's
down.
probably halfway in the water, right?
So
But see, also
if you have waterproof
if I had
headphones.
water like in my ear the whole time, ooh, I wouldn't like that at all.
yeah,
Why not?
Ugh, water in my ear. Ugh,
Jessie is just not a
I'm not a water creature.
warm, summer, sunny, swimmy kind of person.
Land, very much land.
I love the land. I love the land.
Oh, see, I love the water.
No,
I heard,
if I can't like clean out my ears after the shower within like 30 seconds, I'll like start freaking out. It's
Oh,
honestly
yes.
the worst.
that is true. But there is something about not like being in the water, like submerged, like that doesn't bother me as much as just like the random drops in your ears.
I just hate being wet.
You're like a cat. I think that
I think me and my cat are so similar. I hate her because she's such a bitch, and I'm like, I'm kind of a bitch. And then she, like, will literally lay in front of the furnace. Like, it's, like, on fire. You know, that's what a furnace is, right? It's just, like, on fire, blowing flames out into the world. And she just lays in front of it, like, legs spread on her back. And then you'll come and, like, pet her. And she's just, like, hot. I'm not even, like, she's so hot. And I'm like, you are my spirit animal. I just go and lay there in front of the furnace with her.
Maybe you're her spirit human.
It could be. We were meant for each other.
Right?
That bitch and me.
No, I don't know. I really do like, I love water. I like to be in water. I like to be next to water. I like the sound of water. I mean,
See, I don't even like to be next to the water because that typically means sand, and sand is awful.
yeah, I mean, I will go sit by a creek. Like, I could just go sit by a creek for hours.
Oh, creeks are nicer.
I mean, any water. That is one thing I like really miss is like I don't live close enough to a lake anymore. I used to like go to the lake all the time, and it's weird to not.
Go to Horseshoe Lake.
Yeah, that's more of like a stagnant pond situation.
It's the most dirtiest, nastiest, like, little body of water
I
ever.
remember
1 mile.
taking the boys up there one time, and we were like, let's see who can throw a rock all the way to the other side of the lake.
I know, the fact that they call it a lake really cracks me up.
Hilarious.
And have you ever been to one of their little fishing days?
Mm-mm.
Because I just kind of want to see it. Because the amount of fish they dump in that tiny lake
Oh, yeah.
sounds insane to me.
I have been to like kids like fishing. Like when I was a kid, I used to go. My grandpa was like in the bass club, and we did stuff like that. But I haven't ever been to the one up there. But I'm imagining that it's basically like you could just like reach in and grab
a fish.
Like, this is fine. Yeah,
I want to go one time just so I can see.
just for fun. We can just go be creepers and go to the kids fishing day thing and just be like, oh, we're not here with children.
Which boy is yours? I didn't
Yeah.
bring in a kid.
Why does it have to be boys, Brad? Girls can fish too.
Because you have 2 boys.
Speaking of girls that can fish, my receptionist or our administrative
I
assistant,
just said we weren't taking them.
her daughter came in today, and I was like, girl, what do you want for Christmas? You know, she's like, worms so I catch fish. I was like,
my gosh.
what? And I was like, did you just say you want worms for Christmas? She's like, yeah, because I want to catch fish. I was like, oh my gosh. I like looked at Janelle.
Worms?
I'm like, your daughter just is asking for worms for Christmas? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, do you want anything else from Santa? You know, and she's like, some fish would be nice. I was like, okay. I'm like, you really like fish, huh? You're like, yeah, I love them in my belly. I was like, you guys are really raising like the little fisherman here.
Country lady. I like that, like, Santa's gonna, like, bring some nice wrapped cod and shove her stocking full of worms.
And she'd be thrilled as can be.
Like, soup's on.
Just thrilled as can be. My
That's
God. I was
great.
trying to get anything out of her. Nope. Just worms and fish. That's all she
I
wanted.
mean, I could definitely ask Santa for some, like, fresh caught halibut. Oh, so good.
I'd say either smoked or sushi.
No, you get the halibut and you beer batter it.
That sounds delicious.
It's so amazing. Like, so amazing.
Oh, she also told me a story because I was like, who do you fish with? And she like told me all her family members that she fishes with. She's like, one time, my cousin Mallory caught a catfish.
She puts her hands up like whiskers.
I was like,
How old is this little girl?
she's 3. She's going to be 4 in
Oh,
January.
that is the best. That's my favorite age.
My God, I was dying today. I was like, you are a hoot and a half.
Can I meet her daughter and also buy her Christmas presents? Because
I'm just
she
gonna
sounds
get her-
like so much fun.
I'm just going to get her a jar of worms. Here you go.
Get her some of like the fake ones,
Yeah.
like bait.
Like the gummy ones with like the fudge or whatever it
The
is.
sparklies. Oh, you wanted her to eat them?
I was thinking like gummy worms and also the like, what do you call it? The
She's not gonna catch no
brownies.
fish. She doesn't want to eat these worms. She wants to attract fish to these worms.
She wants to eat the fish.
Have you ever tried a fish with gummy worms?
In it, these fish have been raised on gummy worms, so their meat is especially sweet.
Sugar is highly addictive. So you got to get them fish.
That's funny. No, she was cracking me up.
The fish are addicted to the sugar, and then you're addicted to the sugary fish.
A
Circle of
Swedish
life.
fish.
Win-win.
Yeah.
I do
Oh my
love me a
goodness.
Swedish fish.
That's what
They
you could have
are
put in this
good.
drink.
Swedish fish? I don't know about that.
I don't want to soak to gummy.
Oh, so we're going to give you guys a pro tip. When you go to make your hot toddy, use Fireball.
Fireball.
Because it is amazing.
This is delicious.
It's way better than any other way.
It's very sweet and I like it.
And also, I mean, you know you're a douchebag and you have Fireball at your house.
We can't keep alcohol at
I
my
do.
house. A bottle doesn't last longer than like a night
Yikes.
with me because not me.
Yeah, sure.
With me, because I'm just like bashing them against the walls and trying to fight people.
Yeah. No, I am not doing that anymore.
I have giant Costco-sized bottles of all the main alcohols in my cupboard because you never know what you're going to need to make.
That's really smart. I wish I could do that, but I literally couldn't. Like, would just be drunk.
Drinking
all the time.
them.
Yeah. My 10-year reunion was this weekend.
Ooh.
How did it go?
This coming up week?
No, it was just happened.
Okay.
She already did it.
It actually turned out to be such a blast and a half.
Did like people
We
show
had
up?
almost 100 people come.
Wow.
Yeah.
How big was your class?
450.
Oh my jeez.
So still not a great turnout.
That's
but
more people than were in my entire junior senior high school.
it's more
Right?
people didn't live in your town. I don't actually know the truth of that.
That's not true. It's just a quarter of the people that
Yeah.
lived in my town.
Like, I don't really know how many people live in Chester. But yeah, no, everybody had like the best time ever. Blake and I, and like Carly, the other girl that planned it with me, and her husband went out to dinner before. And I had like decided that I was just going to drink at dinner and then not drink at the thing so that I could like just have a little buzz, end it there. And it worked. It was
Nice.
awesome. And so yeah, everybody just had like a freaking great time. It was really awesome.
That sounds like so much fun.
It was really fun.
I'm jealous.
And my little brother went.
Oh, that's right. Was he like working the door or something?
Yeah,
for
he
you?
worked the door, but I told him he could stay, like, if he wanted to, like, hang out with all of us. And he totally, like, just had the best time.
Oh,
It
good.
was really fun.
I was hoping he'd find some cute chick that he always had a crush on. That was your friend.
He was only into one girl, and she's super married.
Mm.
And,
Not just regular married, but super married.
yeah, I think
I
she's,
had
like,
to tell somebody I was super married this week.
there's a difference, I feel like, between, like, married, because, like, some people just really don't take that seriously.
They're like, oh yeah, we got married, blah blah blah. I hate
But,
him.
like, I think she's, like, it's, like, serious for her. Like, I think she's really into it. Where, like, some people are like, they're married, but you could probably still try to.
They don't
like-
like each other.
They came to this reunion to fight other people.
Right. Yeah. No, I just got invited to go have ice cream. And then I was like, oh, I actually can't eat ice cream anyways, so that thanks. Like, we could go do something else. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I'm super married. He
You
says,
got asked out on a date?
and I'm like, look, I'm super married because this is why I'm super married. I'm not just married. I'm super married because like I was married for like a fucking decade, got divorced, have 2 kids, and am married again. That's super married. Like, you don't want to get into this hot mess.
We had one couple at the reunion because we did a couple like prizes. We were like buying drinks for like some people that won these little things. This couple have been married for almost 9 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all don't waste no time. You graduated high school and they got 3 kids. They also won the Who Has the Most Kids award.
Wow.
Wait, 10 years and they have 3 kids?
Why is that like? You don't have to keep having.
Yeah,
it.
I don't.
Well, because there's a girl that I graduate with. She's on her 7th kid, and they've been married for, I think.
And they're all from the 2 of them?
Yeah, and they've been married for, I think, 8 years.
I mean, those are called life choices. It
I-
seems
That
like
I sure as hell don't want to make.
they don't believe in birth control, or they don't want to have birth control, or
They listen to Brad, and Brad's like, "Hey, I want a basketball team. All right, you made a basketball team. All right, I want a
We need
I
some
want a
subs.
baseball team." And then once they hit that baseball team, I'm like, "All right, I want a football team."
isn't a baseball team way better than a football team
Baseball's 9.
on the field?
Yeah,
But I'm
Well,
talking
basketball
about
teams
your
are more.
roster.
but a basketball team's 5, 9, and
So
then
you're gonna
football
make-
team's 11.
You're
Well,
gonna
why'd
make
you
a
skip
pitcher
soccer?
pitch the whole
Soccer's
game
not a sport.
every game.
What?
You're gonna make a pitcher pitch the whole game every game.
But I mean,
These
like
kids-
a team, a
You're gonna have
football
a-
team.
You're gonna have a kid getting Tommy John surgery real soon.
He's gonna
Uh,
be
you-
like 4.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's gonna be like
you can
Rookie of the
switch
Year.
out. You can switch out kids. You can move positions.
Oh, so they're all gonna be so good at every position that they can
oh,
literally
There you go.
trying. He's pulling a Cubs.
Okay.
yeah.
He's trying that.
Mhm.
But
And there's girls in there too, by the way,
nice.
boys and girls.
Appreciate
Like to
it.
keep that
Mhm.
nice and gender neutral. Appreciate it.
Amy G did like a question and answer thing on Instagram the other day.
Yeah.
And like a dad asked her, like, should I sign my daughter up for softball or baseball? And she was like,
What does she want to play?
well, yeah, she said, why don't you just ask her and sign her up for that? It was like the perfect
Yeah.
answer. I was like, we go
Does
Amy
she
G.
want to play baseball or softball?
Yeah.
Because she could do either. Or both. Probably not both if they're in the same season. That would be difficult to arrange.
And I don't think that you can. I think you might have to do one.
I think
don't-
they have to let you do whatever the fuck you want
Yep.
these days.
That is very true. For good reason.
Pretty sure they cannot tell you no. There is a girl on Aiden's football team this year.
Yeah.
I don't
We had a
think she-
girl on our football team.
I don't think she played much, but
We had a girl on our football team. We had a girl on the football team that we played against all the time, and she actually ended up marrying a cop that my ex-husband worked with, and I talked to him at the baseball game this summer.
nice.
Yeah. I still see them around. I mean, yeah, do what you want. So anyway, I feel like a football team, like whole bench and everything's what, 20 something players? Like, and that's all of them. Baseball team, you got like a 50-man roster.
You don't need that
Football,
though.
you've got offense and defense. I think football's definitely bigger.
Yeah.
Like, for real. We're going to look this up. There's no way.
Well,
I don't have my phone. Look it up.
are you talking about professional? Because if you're going
Mhm.
professional, like there's literally 11.
Why are you breeding these children if you're not going pro?
I don't know. That's so bizarre, Brad. I don't know why. But there's 11 on offense, 11 on defense. They all have backups. So right there, you're looking at 44 players, and that's not counting special teams.
Oh, American football team is made up of 45 players. The whole roster. Now let's look
Mhm.
at baseball. 40. Oh, I thought you just were being psychic. It's
I am
40
being
players.
sick.
So let's document this moment in history where
Brad
Brad
was
was right.
Hey, that's what this episode's going to be called.
Brad was right.
The one time he got us. Yeah. Well,
That's too funny.
I personally don't need that many kids.
No.
I'm good.
Blake and I have already come to the agreement that we will not be breeding basketball players because I'm short and he sucks at basketball.
Okay, fair enough. He could be that one guy, Scottie Pippen. Wasn't he short?
No, he's very tall. You're talking
Oh.
about Bugsy.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost said Bugsy, but then I was thinking Bugsy Malone.
Yeah,
That's not him.
No.
There was that guy on the Kings that was super short. I used to love him.
Chris something.
Sports.
He was a little. Oh, Spud Webb's tiny.
Yay,
Yes.
sports.
Yeah.
And
Go
Spud Webb
Spud team.
could dunk, okay?
Go sports ball. Yeah. See, you guys could get some of those guys.
How about a golfing team?
Oh my gosh, I glued it together and I love it.
Oh, it's very cute. And I think you already had done signatures and stuff inside.
Yeah.
You are on top of stuff. It is wild.
Trying. I'm not going to have all my Christmas presents ordered by the 30th, though, which is going to really, really make me angry. But next year, maybe. Every year, that's been my goal, and I never made it.
Oh, yeah. I'm
I'm
like,
just not a good Christmas present picker-outer.
it is just my favorite thing to do.
I freaking hate it.
It's
I'm going to
just,
start hiring somebody to do it for me.
I'll do it. I have always been the person that, like, not only am I woohoo way excited about getting all the Christmas present stuff, but I always have ideas for people. So everyone in my family comes to me and goes, what should I get this person for Christmas? What should I get this person for Christmas? I've been abandoned. Okay, I can move again. Thank God. Every once in a while, they'll do that, and I feel so bad because they're so cute, and I don't want to move them. But like, my legs falling asleep, my hip hurts.
We're going to have them all addressed. Don't
Oh.
read this one, though.
My, jeez. And by don't read it, you mean don't read it out loud.
Yeah. Except for this one, because I don't know this person's address.
Wow. So, seeing you wear that beanie makes me think you would look so cute with like tiny chunky bangs.
I will never do bangs again.
When did you have bangs?
It's been a while.
I can't ever like remember you having bangs.
I never had
bangs. You
yeah,
had,
I
like,
never had
long.
I probably have in my life, but I
Yeah.
don't remember last time. But I had like the side swoop,
Mm-hmm.
like all through high school, and
Yeah.
probably some of college, and then finally, I was like, can't do this,
I gotta grow this out.
can't do it. And then I think I grew it out and then did it again and was like, what the fuck is wrong
Why
with you?
did I do that?
And then so I was like, I literally can never do this again.
Yeah, I have several times over, like, grown my bangs out, cut bangs again. But I mean, I've also had my hair cut in so many different lengths and styles that, like, sometimes you have, like, pixie cuts. And then, I mean, obviously, if I'm growing my hair out, I'm growing my bangs out too, you know, that kind of stuff. And I don't know. Last time I didn't have bangs again was like pretty recently. I had grown them out quite a bit, like they were more into like layers on the side,
Yeah.
and like within the last year or so. And then I did that thing where I saw my face from the side in a picture or something, and I went, oh my God. I have got to balance my nose and chin out with something.
God.
And that was the last time I told myself, like, you will never not have bangs again. I have to have some form of bang. It's vital.
Not me. I don't even care how big my forehead is.
Your forehead is the perfect size. I
Thank
wouldn't
you.
worry about it.
I really appreciate
Mine is,
that.
it's not that my forehead is like the wrong size. It's that like my forehead doesn't protrude out enough evenly with how far out my chin and nose stick. Like from the side, I look like the letter J. Capital J without
Interesting.
the top hat thing.
I like have such a resting bitch face that during the summer I get tan lines of my like scowl. It's
Like
awful.
wrinkled.
And my mom went because I got really bad this summer because I think I was in the
You're
sun more
golfing
than
a
I
lot,
ever
yeah.
had been. And my mom was like, Jessie, your face is like really dirty because it just looked dirty because I had like all these lines and stuff. I'm like, Mom, it's my freaking tan because I'm always going like this.
What? Yeah.
Looking at
Maybe
people
it's
like, why are
not-
you so stupid?
Yeah. I don't know how we could be occupying the same air. I was going to say maybe it's not resting bitch face. Maybe it's just that you're like quizzical.
Or judgmental.
Or just like, what the fuck are you doing? That's probably what it is. It's like
Me
a
and
what
my
the
cat
fuck
just
face?
judging people all day long.
I love it. You know, I always think that I have a pleasant face until I see a picture of me that someone took when I was not aware. And then I'm like, oh, I look like such a stuck up bitch.
God, no, you do not.
I'm like, oh, yeah, I am giving off that vibe of like, fuck you. Even in like the best of settings, like when I'm enjoying myself.
That one was not a win.
One time when we were at a Giants game and we were on, like, we were behind home plate, and so we kept getting shown on TV when like people were up to bat.
Oh, yeah.
And the girl that was sitting next to me, I of course was like chatting with because let's be friends. And
See, that's not me.
she's like, oh, my friend just sent us a picture. We're on TV and stuff. And she like shows me the picture, and I was like, oh my God, I look like such a bitch. Like the look on my face was like scary. I was like, oh my goodness, that's not good.
God.
And they go like to get food and beer and stuff, and while they're gone, like in that half of the inning, the other team scored like 5 points. It was awful. And they came back and they're like, what happened? And I'm like, do you remember my face from that picture? This is pretty much what happened. It
See,
was
I
rough.
would be like in the background scowling.
Like,
so
what is happening? Do you need glasses? Have you been checked to see if you need glasses? Maybe you're squinting.
yeah, I'm always like perf vision.
Hmm.
I'm just a perfect specimen. I just have so much to judge other people
You're
about
just
because I'm so great.
Perfect bitch.
Oh my gosh.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
since you guys will never measure up to Jesse,
Sorry.
uh,
I just made these bitchin' Christmas
They are
cards.
freaking awesome. They're too good. It is disturbing. Now people understand what it's like to be friends with this woman.
God.
Everything she makes, I'm like, I want one. I'm going to get one because they're Christmas cards this
I
time.
will get one.
Alrighty. Well, keep crafting. Keep your head up. Life's going to get better. It's got to.
Or it's gonna get worse.
Either way, we'll still be here. And crafting. And drinking.
And bitching.
Amen. All right. Find us on all the social medias. Follow our Instagram, Booze and
Pinterest.
Glues. No ampersand.
No ampersand.
We're going to put up some pictures of Christmas cards, the new little dog, other things. Drink up, people.
You have craft to do.
A goodbye.